Came to my mom's house, my car, Leon car, my car, 2 boats. That's just 2 boats. That is $635K. Yeah.
The big issue I have is with Travis Hunter. What in God's name would make you think that that's a good thing to tell?
Stephen A. Smith did not talk about money. He talked about survival. His message to Travis Hunter was simple. Pick the lane that keeps you great for the longest. Not 2 lanes. Not a highlight reel every snap. 1 lane. Defense. Because the league will test your lungs, your legs, and your limits.
You're about to go into the National Football League. That's what you're about to do. You're about to get paid. In my eyes, this should be your most selfish time. You need to think about the people that you're involving.
And the NFL never apologizes for what it takes. But that wasn't the whole story. The take wasn't mean. It was math. Full-time at defensive back beats part-time at 2 jobs. Corners get paid to erase Sundays. That's a legacy lane. It's also the path that protects a rookie from becoming his own biggest opponent, fatigue.
2, 1! Come on, let's do it! Woo! Yeah!
You can be amazing in 2 roles for a month, or elite at 1 for a decade. That's the wager on the table. And the tension lands because Travis isn't a normal rookie. He's the exception everyone wants to stretch.
I don't believe that about Liana 1 second. And I don't want to hear anything about anything that she may have done years ago. She's a young lady. Come on, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't some seasoned, grown woman who's experienced and living her life and, manipulating things. And she's a young lady.
If you want no fluff breakdowns that cut through the noise, hit subscribe and turn on alerts now. Next up, the exact college moments that built the two-way myth and why Sundays force a different choice. He turned college into a weekly experiment in disbelief. Offense, defense, back again. Hands soft as velvet one drive, feet like quicksilver the next. It wasn't a gimmick. It was a problem no coordinator solved. That's why fans want the encore on Sundays. They want the college show on a bigger stage with brighter lights and higher stakes. But the NFL is a different gravity. What looks smooth in September turns heavy in December. Pro football didn't draft an idea. It invested in guaranteed production. Rookie deal, massive bonus, face of the franchise pressure baked into every line item. When that much belief hits your bank account, the conversation changes. It's no longer what would be fun. It's what wins in January. It's what still works after 1,000 snaps and a deep playoff run. So the question Stephen A. asks cuts clean. Fireworks now, or greatness that lasts? Two-way sounds heroic until the 4th quarter, until the short week, until the rookie wall. Offense demands timing and chemistry. Defense demands focus and legs. Split those and fatigue creeps in through the seams. 1 false step and 6 points live forever on film. That's the risk, not talent toll. The league wears down even freaks of nature. And when the body drags, the mind follows. That's how highlight hunters become liability magnets. But there's a twist. The same versatility that tempts fate can be a weapon if you control it. Fans want the two-way movie. Coaches want the playoff blueprint. One demands sizzle. The other demands Sundays in January. The middle ground is precision. Snap counts, packages, situations. You fold in surprise, not identity. You showcase without stretching the engine past redline. Because if the show eats the star, nobody gets the sequel. Still, the debate refuses to die. Partly because the internet writes its own script. Any clip can become a verdict now. A look, a pause, a post without context. Suddenly the timeline thinks it knows your life. Overnight, narratives bloom. Spending stories, relationship think pieces, predictions that try to spend your money for you before your first NFL snap. Some claims blaze, then fizzle. Some get debunked and still linger. That's the algorithm's favorite trick. It rewards the loudest version, not the truest one. And when the volume spikes, sometimes the smartest move is to hit mute and get back to work. But muting the noise doesn't stop the season. It just clears the lane for the real stakes. Optics are easy to judge. A car, a ring, a trip. Strangers do math with half the receipts. Reality is slower and less viral. Workouts before sunrise, film after midnight, the call you make to take care of family, the discipline to pass on 100 cool ideas to protect one great career. Generosity can look like flexing in a screenshot. In a locker room, It looks like stability. And the league notices the difference. Coaches care less about comments and more about your last rep of the day. Every offseason, the same lesson does laps around the sport. Protect your future. Lawyers go public, veterans tell stories, rookies get the speech. It's not romance versus realism. It's structure versus chaos. The paperwork isn't about love. It's about clarity when pressure hits. Whether you ever need the document isn't the point. Knowing you have a plan lets you focus on ball. Because nothing complicates third and long like off-field uncertainty. The modern player's value isn't just stats. It's presence, endorsements, community work, the way you carry heat without burning out. One awkward moment can dominate a week if you let it. That's why control matters. What you post, what you ignore, who gets your time. In that space, Stephen E.'s message has a second layer. Pick your lane and pick your circle. Your performance depends on both. If you get those right, the brand takes care of itself. The tape is the only truth that sticks. Alignment, leverage, footwork, recovery, play after play after play. On defense, greatness is boring in the best way. You disappear receivers and the camera forgets you exist. You deny drama by erasing angles. That's how corners get paid and remembered. Attack the ball. Live in phase. Trust your speed. Then your technique when your legs are gone by December. That's how you outlast the hype cycle and keep your name in the Pro Bowl conversation for years. There's a smart version of the dream. Spot duty on offense when you can steal a mismatch. Red zone packages that make safeties panic. Trick looks that punish teams for sloppy substitutions. 10 snaps here, 8 snaps there. The kind that add fear to a scouting report but don't drain the tank. You turn two-way into a threat, not a lifestyle. The defense remains your day job. The offense becomes your side hustle, curated, not chaotic. That's the balance that wins arguments and games. Protecting the body is obvious. Protecting the mind is critical. Corner is a cruel position. You can be perfect for 58 snaps and go viral for the one you lose. That's why discipline matters more than temper. That's why you need short memory, long view. The league studies how you fail. It wants to see anger and hesitation. Don't give it either. Give it consistency. Give it patience. And remember, the NFL doesn't care about yesterday's college miracle if today's footwork is a mess. Rookie fame makes noise. New family makes meaning. The quiet room where you balance both is where seasons are saved. Late night bottle feeds don't trend. Early morning lift sessions don't either. That's the point. The best careers are built in places the internet can't find. Purpose isn't a hashtag. It's a routine. When life grows, your priorities sharpen. That can be the best performance enhancer you'll ever get. People hear Stephen A. and think volume. They miss the core, endurance. He's watched players try to be everything, everywhere, all at once, then lose the one thing that made them special. His push toward defense isn't about limiting greatness. It's about protecting it. Pick a lane, master it, then sprinkle the rest without sacrificing the core. It's not pessimism. It's a blueprint. Own the corner until it feels like home. Walk out there and make receivers feel it on the release, on the stem, at the catch point. When a whole side of the field goes quiet, that's you turning real estate into reputation. Add offense with intention, not impulse. Wait for the legs to say yes, and the game script to ask for it. One snap that flips a safety's hips is worth more than 20 that drain the tank. Make the surprise a weapon, not a habit. Build a circle that protects your focus. Fewer voices, better voices. People who tell you the truth, then let you work. Let your brand live on tape, not in feuds or quotes. The camera on Sunday is the only PR team that matters. Headlines will chase you. Let them. Turn the noise into fuel, not detours. If a take doesn't help you win a rep, it doesn't get your time. And keep the receipts no one sees. Recovery like it's a meeting, study like it's a paycheck, consistency like it's a promise. Do it today, then again tomorrow, until routine becomes armor. That's how hype becomes history. Next, what fans really want, even if they don't say it. Fans love fireworks. They also love winning streaks, playoff berths, and parades. They'll cheer the two-way sizzle until a hamstring whispers, not today. Then they'll ask why you played 120 snaps. The smart play isn't to refuse the spectacle. It's to ration it. Deliver it when the moment turns a game, not when it just feeds a clip. Do that, and the audience gets everything. The show and the standard. Start with defense as identity. Set a snap ceiling you respect. Build an offensive package that fits your body's calendar, not the algorithm's appetite. Rest with purpose. Recover like it's a meeting you can't miss. When you feel the wall coming, trim, don't tough guy your way through it. The goal is February football, not September applause. That's how rookies become pillars. Not every rumor deserves a response. Not every hot take deserves your day. Silence saves energy. Energy wins reps. Reps build tape. Tape builds leverage. It's a simple chain, and it breaks if you start arguing with strangers who want your attention more than your success. Control the story by controlling what you do, not what you say. Let the box score speak. Let the film shout. The two-way myth says you have to prove everything, every week. The long game says prove the right thing, every week. Lock a receiver out of a game plan for a month straight. Then pick one Sunday to line up on offense and break a coverage with a single snap. That's how you keep defensive coordinators up at night without keeping your hamstrings on the injury report. Sustainability is the flex nobody can copy. Every year, a new phenom shows up with a college tape that dares the league to say no. The answer shouldn't be no, it should be how. How to use the gift without burning it. How to build a career, not a montage. The lesson travels. Talent needs guardrails, not cages. Stephen A. didn't try to shrink the vision. He tried to keep it alive. Here's the truth. The Be Everything storyline prints itself. It travels fast because it flatters us. But the NFL pays for the boring genius, the footwork, the angles, the patience to make highlight plays feel inevitable. Pick the lane that makes your greatness repeatable. Add the surprise when the moment demands it. Protect your circle, your focus, your legs. Because the loudest thing you can say as a pro isn't a quote. It's a career. Perform, protect, and let the rest turn into background noise. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.